As Scouts, we get to do all kinds of fun things, like making friends and experiencing the outdoors. But do you know why you're doing it? It's a simple question, and it's an important one. Listen up. Every Scout has a purpose, including you. The journey of a Scout is full of fun and adventure. It's important to realise that as a Scout, the purpose of all that fun and adventure is to develop and grow into a responsible citizen and an active member of your local, national and international communities. Why? So we create a better world. Our spices are the 6 areas of personal development to help us develop as better citizens. These are social, physical, intellectual, character, emotional and spiritual. The Scout method is how we do Scouting, the framework we use in all of our adventures. The elements of the Scout method are personal progression, which focuses on challenges that are particular to us and push us as individuals. The patrol system, which helps us to develop interpersonal and leadership skills through teamwork. Youth leading, adult supporting, which focuses us on Scouting as a youth movement, led by youth, guided by adults, where we are increasingly self-managing, learning by doing, where we engage in practical experiences and activities to help us reach our full potentials. Nature and the outdoors, which is our primary setting for learning and encourages a healthy relationship between us and the natural world. Community involvement, which is our commitment and responsibility to our communities and the wider world. Promise and law. These are our ideals that underpin all activities, actions and interactions that we have both inside and outside of Scouting. And symbolic framework, which gives us unifying themes and symbols across our movement to support us as Scouts to belong. Working on our personal development through spices, using the Scout method, we plan, do, review. Plan what you're doing, do it, and at the end, take the time to review your experiences with your patrol and your unit council. Following our fundamental Scouting guidelines will ensure your personal growth, achievement, and success. We are all here becoming better citizens and creating a better world.
National Scouting organisations are required to review their program every 5 to 10 years. In Australia, we had been conducting sectional reviews roughly every 5 years. However, our last holistic review was 40 years ago. We needed to gain an understanding of what the community was looking for in a youth developmental movement, why we were losing members each year, and what adjustments needed to be made so that we could meet the needs of society. The official paper was endorsed in 2012, and in 2013 the largest and broadest review of Scouts Australia's program in over 40 years commenced. The focus was on how Scouting can remain relevant in a changing society, what are the expectations of modern society, Scouting meeting the needs of how young people learn, and Scouting reflecting the Australian society in which it exists. We needed to listen to our membership who were leaving. Why do they leave us, and how can we address this? The youth program is a culmination of the why, our purpose, the what, the activities, and the how, our unique proposition, the Scout method. These are the fundamentals which we must all engage with. At all times, we must remember why we are here, the purpose of Scouting. The purpose identifies areas of development, which we call the spices. The what is the activities, that is, our program. Our program needs to be adventurous, fun, challenging and inclusive to attract and retain youth members. Our new program is about one developmental journey, a continuous experience offering challenge and adventure to young people from 5 to 25. Progressing through each section, Scouts discover adventure, create the path, explore the unknown, look wide, and go beyond the horizon. This is about a continual experience, building on knowledge and skills through ever-expanding adventures and experiences. Before we go any further, we need to pause and consider. Are we ready for the next part of the adventure? We are about to find out about the program at a higher level. Whilst you may be able to make brief comparisons, you need to consider this program as a new program. Some aspects of it will be easier to comprehend and adjust to than others. However, we will do ourselves a disservice if we continually run comparisons. And the how. The Scout method is how we facilitate the activities. 8 elements which support all that we do. With the program, there is a range of new terminology. You will now be using terms such as unit, unit council, and patrols for all age sections. A unit is a group of youth members within a Scout group from the same age section. For example, a Joey Scout unit or a Cub Scout unit. A unit leader is a Scout with a leadership role for the whole unit. It is not an adult leader. And we now use achievement pathways instead of award or badge scheme. In the program, the achievement pathways consist of several elements, including program essentials, the base of the mountain, the element which all youth should progress through, outdoor adventure skills, special interest areas, and the additional components that make up the Peak Award. These are an adventurous journey, a leadership or personal development course, and a personal reflection. All states are managing the implementation differently. Victoria has commenced with the program essentials. At the start of 2021, outdoor adventure skills will be introduced, and in July 2021, special interest areas. The program is very much about the individual and their personal progression through the achievement pathways. Some Scouts will be satisfied completing the program essentials, which is the element all youth members are expected to complete during their time in an age section. Other Scouts will seek different challenges and adventures, and may aspire to attain the Section Peak Award. It is the journey that matters, not that all Scouts reach the Peak Award. This Your Scouting Journey, Your Achievement Pathway poster is available for downloading from the Scouts Victoria website. It can be found in the Resources section under the Our Program tab. We won't spend time on this poster now due to the size and small text, but I would suggest having a closer look at it. We will now move through each of the elements individually to give you an overview of the whole program. Program essentials are at the base of the mountain. They are the core element which all youth participate in, regardless of their desire to complete the Peak Award. The introduction to Scouting is completed when a youth member first starts their Scouting journey. It covers the background and history of Scouting, Scouting in Australia, the local Scout group, plus symbols, traditions, ceremonies, and what happens at the investiture. The Introduction to Scouting badge is the purple World Scout badge. The Introduction to Section is completed each time a youth member starts in a new age section. The discussion covers what the specific section is all about, how the unit council works, how programs are created, what types of activities the unit does, the unit code, and how achievements are signed off. The final component of the program essentials is the milestones. Scouts achieve milestones by participating in, assisting and leading activities. These activities fall into one of the 4 challenge areas, being community, outdoors, personal growth and creative. Unit councils create programs ensuring a balanced number of activities from each of the 4 challenge areas, and that all Scouts have the opportunity to participate, assist and lead. There are 3 milestones in each age section. Each milestone involves youth members undertaking a number of activities where they either actively participate in, assist or lead. There should be a balanced number of activities from each of the 4 challenge areas. The number of assists and leads a Scout requires increases as they progress through the milestones. So as you can see, for milestone 1, a Scout participates in 24 activities, 6 from each of the challenge areas, assists with 2 activities, and leads 1. The complexity of the assisting and leading also increases with milestone progression. What assisting and leading consists of will also vary between individual Scouts. Remember, the experience of assisting and leading is about an individual Scout's personal growth. A Scout can complete more assists and leads instead of participates if they desire. Unit Council uses challenge areas to program and allows all young people to have a range of experiences that complement and extend their learning. All Scouts in a unit should be working through their milestones, regardless of their desire to attain the Peak Award. To complete a milestone, the Scout undertakes a personal reflection on how they have developed during the time they were completing the milestone. It is the Scout's decision as to what form their reflection is in. It may be a discussion, a report, a photo journal, or some other means. It's their choice. Unit Council then sign off the milestone as completed, and the badge is awarded. So where does a new Scout start? If they are joining from the section below, or are joining with less than 1/3 through the age section length, then they will commence on milestone 1. As with the old award scheme, a youth member commencing part-way through an age section will commence on the milestone equivalent to the elapsed time missed in the section. These Scouts will still complete Introduction to Scouting and Introduction to Section, regardless of which milestone they commence with. Youth leading focuses around the individual's personal progression through actively engaging in the week-to-week Scouting program. This engagement ensures progression through the milestones. Adults are key in this program journey and have a large role to play in the future development of our young people. With their guidance and mentorship, our organisation will create better people. The form this adult involvement will take varies between age sections and between individual Scouts and units, depending on their experience. Unit councils in all sections are the key to a healthy and diverse program, which is fun, challenging, adventurous and inclusive. The Unit Council, through Plan Do Review, will continually improve the program based on reviews and feedback from other Scouts in their unit. Unit councils also approve aspects of the achievement pathways. Through setting a well-rounded program cycle, activities will be balanced across the challenge areas. The unit will incorporate experiences for patrols and units, which will engage the individual in different ways. What assisting and leading looks like will also vary between individuals. The complexity of assisting and leading increases through the milestones. Within Program Essentials, these badges are awarded. After completing Introduction to Scouting, the Scout receives the World Scout badge at their investiture. The Introduction to Section badge signifies which section a youth member currently is in and which they've previously been a part of. And the milestones signify achievement within the current age section for participating, assisting and leading activities from the challenge areas. To summarise, active participation in Scouting leads to the completion of the program essentials element of the program. All SPICEs will be achieved through the program being balanced across the 4 challenge areas. Milestones mark progression, and each milestone takes between 6 and 12 months to complete. It is not a quick thing. When a Scout transitions to a new age section, they will commence with Milestone 1. Moving up the mountain, we will now look at the outdoor adventure skills, also known as OAS. Outdoor adventure skills significantly increase the adventure in Scouting. These outdoor pursuits, offered to young people of all ages, provide youth members with the opportunity to experience and then pursue activities of interest in the great outdoors. Whether it is hiking, camping, diving, skiing or climbing, youth members may choose to gain basic skills across a broad range of activity areas, or they may pursue a small number of activity disciplines to a high skill level. Within OAS, there are 9 skill areas, which separate into 23 streams. Each skill area consists of 9 stages. The 3 core skill areas are bushcraft, bushwalking and camping, while the specialist skills are alpine, aquatic, boating, cycling, paddling and vertical. The early stages within a skill area focus on a Scout trying out an activity and developing the foundational skills. The later stages allow Scouts to explore pursuits to a specialist level and are aligned with vocational education qualifications. The specialist skill areas may not be accessible to all areas in Australia, where it is anticipated that the core skill areas are accessible to most, if not all. Outdoor adventure skills can be completed individually and can also be captured in the unit program on a regular or semi-regular basis. The outdoor adventure skills have the prescriptiveness of the old program, but are focused only on outdoor, human or nature-powered experiences. The statements within each skill area are structured as I can and are about learning a skill for an experience or activity, not just learning a skill without a context. For example, Scouts learn to tie knots to construct the raft they are building for the district raft race. This table shows the 9 skill areas, 3 core and 6 specialist, plus the streams which are included in some of the skill areas. Now to some examples of what the I statements look like. This slide shows the requirements for Stage 1 within the camping area. All requirements are written as I statements and move through Plan Do Review. Guidance statements explain the required knowledge or demonstration of competence for each statement. Once a youth member has demonstrated they have achieved these skills, the Unit Council signs off the completion of a stage and a badge is awarded. Within Stage 4 of camping, you can see the requirements are more complex. Complexity has increased further as we now look at the Stage 9 requirements. Achievement in outdoor adventure skills is retained when moving to the next age section. On commencing in an age section, a Scout's current achievement level needs to be determined, based on either what they achieved in the previous age section, or an assessment of their current level of competency for each of the skill areas. This means a Scout's current stage needs to be known for each skill. This then becomes the base level from which the stage progressions are calculated. Each age section peak award has different requirements in regards to OAS. For example, as you can see from the side table, a Joey Scout needs to complete Stage 1 in the core skill areas, being camping, bushwalking and bushcraft. Whereas a Cub Scout will need to attain Stage 3 in these core skill areas, and all other age sections Stage 5. Scouts in all sections other than Joey Scouts need to complete a specified number of OAS stage progressions. For example, a Cub Scout needs to achieve 8. This includes the progression they attain in the core skills. As an example, if a youth member joins Cubs having achieved Stage 1 in the 3 core skill areas, and they have now completed Stage 3 in each, then they have achieved 6 progressions. These progressions are from the core skills, 2 each for camping, bushwalking and bushcraft. They will then need to have achieved another 2 progressions from one or more of the specialty land-based or water-based skills. For example, they may have done some cycling while in Cubs and have progressed from Stage 2 to Stage 4, therefore achieving another 2 progressions. Likewise, they may have tried some aquatics or snow or paddling activities and progressed 1 or more stages. Now, to summarise the key elements of the outdoor adventure skills. Scouts progress through stages for a skill area. Skill areas may split into more specific streams at the higher stages. OAS are often completed in activity patrols, which can consist of Scouts from different age sections, units, groups, districts, etc. Within one patrol or unit, Scouts may be at different stages of a skill. OAS achievement carries through all the age sections. There are no age restrictions on achieving stages, other than the legal requirements. 2 down assessing means that a youth member may assess another Scout who is 2 stages or more lower than themselves. I statements and guidance statements are structured around plan, do, review. Unit councils sign off completion of stages prior to awarding the badge. Evidence such as photos, logs and reports are collected to demonstrate competency in a skill area. The next part of the mountain is the special interest areas, also referred to as SIAs. There are 6 special interest areas. Starting from the top and moving clockwise, they are Creating a Better World, Adventure and Sport, Arts and Literature, Environment, Growth and Development, and STEM and Innovation. The best likeness to draw between these and the current program is the scope and breadth of the achievement and proficiency badges in Cubs and Scouts, with the project-based nature of the Venturer and Rover Scout Awards. These are about an individual's knowledge, interests and goals. A Scout sets their individual goals, structures the project around plan, do, review, and then completes or attempts to complete the tasks they have set. Whilst there may be projects that fit into more than one area, it is about identifying the area best suited by the Scout and their peers and mentors. Here you can see the steps a youth member moves through when undertaking a special interest area project. They commence with the plan, which is approved by the unit council, move to the doing, and finally the review. Once the review is completed, unit council approval is required prior to the badge being awarded. As can be seen from the table, each age section has different requirements for peak award achievement. all have a minimum time duration per activity and requirements for how many areas the activities are to come from. Activities can be undertaken individually or as a patrol, as long as individual goals are still set. It is also possible for the same activity to be used for a subsequent SIA if further personal development occurs. Scouts are able to complete more than the minimum required if they wish, but they cannot wear more than 6 badges on their uniform. Unit Council approves both the plan and the completion of the activity, and like milestones, completed SIA do not move through to the next age section. Reaching the top of the mountain, we're now at the Peak Awards. The final elements to the Peak Award are a leadership or personal development course, an adventurous journey, and a personal reflection. This is the last aspect to be completed and captures a reflection on the development and achievements on the pathway to the Peak Award. The Peak Award requirements for each of the age sections varies. This slide shows the details for each. Peak Awards are designed for individual scouts who want to give a whole range of things a try and to experience a higher level of personal challenges.